Hey everyone, and welcome to this spotlight featuring Paleo ARK Evo Plus Native Aquatics. This is an entirely new dino pack from the Paleo ARK team, so separated from Apex Predators being the Evo Rex and Evo Giga, and this introduces two entirely new creatures never seen before in ARK. That is the Cryptoclidus and the Obelisk Squid. Now, since this expansion is from Paleo ARK Evo Plus, I've seen a couple of people ask, does Evo Plus mean premium? No, this mod is entirely free. As far as I'm aware, everything from Paleo ARK will always be free. So it's called Evo Plus because it is, you know, plus additional new creatures, new species, whereas Paleo ARK Evolution is the Evos, the TLCs, the good stuff that we're familiar with from the Rex and Giga. I also know a few of you have been wondering, where have we been? Truth be told, we've had a couple of bottlenecks in the pipeline for many of our creatures, especially this guy today, and I'll get into that in a bit. But overall, we are all very, very busy. But we've had a couple of kinks and issues. We're well aware that other modders are currently getting creatures out faster, and we are addressing it. Just because we're a team, it doesn't mean we can do things faster, because me, for example, as much as I would love to help with the animation and coding, I can't. So all I can do is keep on making more models, but then the models, you know, hence the bottleneck earlier, need to be animated and coded, etc, etc. But like I said, we are addressing it, and thus we finally have our first release in far too long. And with that lengthy introduction out of the way and a couple of, I presume, you know, frequently asked questions covered, the Cryptoclidus itself, so Crypto and Obelisk Squid, I think I just heard one. Crypto and Obelisk Squid are two small, sort of early game creatures. Can we see one immediately? Oh, there's a Obelisk Squid, in fact. So, oh, and there's a Crypto, look at it! They are very small little plesiosaurs, and they are babies. They are absolute sweet little things. So, while this is more of an early game kind of creature, these will have their very important relevancy in the late game, so whether early, mid or late, there's going to be a reason to get yourself your very own Cryptoclidus. And perhaps the Obelisk Squid as well. Oh, that makes such a weird sound. It's my first time hearing the sounds. First time seeing this in game, actually. Oh, that is awesome. So, for the Obelisk Squid themselves, they are called the Obelisk Squid because, as you can see, their temple sort of resembles that of the obelisks. They will spawn in variants of red, blue and green, and there is an aberrant version which, well, isn't aberrant. They do spawn an aberration as a purple variant. Purple, you know, like purple eyes and primarily blue regions. So we have a kind of aberrant version, and yes, that does mean aberrant Cryptoclidus, an actual aberrant one. We'll get into all of that very, very soon. Now, as you can see, both the Crypto, there's two of them now, both the Crypto and Obelisk Squid will spawn in the same areas as dolphins, as the ichthyosaurs. And while you can tame Cryptoclidus with just regular fish meat, their best taming method is by feeding them calamari or raw calamari from Obelisk Squid, and as a result of that, you'll always find them together. However, both are very, very speedy. So, let us get ourselves a very first Cryptoclidus. That was level 55. That one is 15. That would be an easier first tame, I reckon. So the Cryptoclidus is a typical passive tame, just feeding it raw fish meat, raw prime fish meat, or raw calamari. Now, of course, raw fish meat being the worst one, so I've just got 3.2% taming. Let's see how long it takes between ticks. Now, not everything has been fully implemented just yet. It's extremely close and very playable. But a couple of minor things, such as the Cryptoclidus will be approaching you just like, you know, the Ichthyosaurus. So soon enough, hopefully not too long from now. Oh, that's actually a really quick refeed. Good, that was a quick refeed. Yes, what will happen is that they will approach you when you have your food ready, which will, you know, for this speedy guy, will make getting your first one just a little bit easier. Especially because if you want to use calamari, the squid, are very fast, so you need something that is faster than it to get your first calamari. This is a fast passive feed. So, let's get some raw prime fish meat then, and just see what kind of effectiveness this has. Oh! Safe to say, it's a little bit better. Alright then. So, here is our very first Cryptoclidus. First of all, so before anything else, the immediate thing I'm sure you're all wondering, as I do a cool little hop out of the water, can they go on land? Yes, they sure can. So this is the thing that we want to do moving forward with some of our aquatic creatures. Some creatures, like Cryptoclidus, if they theoretically could go on land, then they shall. Oh, dude, look at seeing you in game. Oh no, you're just so cute. Oh, I'm so happy about this. Okay, so quick little developer point of view moment. The model artist for this was myself or Loki Inspire. The animation and rigging was done by Nimwit, Australian Nick, Tokyo Society, Lapis Lazuli, Blameson, and Scorching Cami. The icon art was done by Lapis, Wraith, and myself. Oh, that was a bit of a scary sound. I thought something... Okay, it's got a bit of a scary growl, actually. Speaking of which, all of these sounds were done by Mordekaiser, and the programming was done by Norra with some assistance from Lanthanum. With, of course, Depps himself being the overseer who makes sure that everything is, up to standard, up to quality, with all that rigorous testing. Now, I did mention in a recent video about how this guy was horrible to work on. This cute little adorable thing who you just want to pet. Does that have a petting animation? Depps! Where's the petting animation? I'm gonna have to go at him after this. This adorable little thing is probably the worst creature that many of us have ever worked on, not just in Paleo ARK, but in general. So to give a quick little backstory, and don't worry, there's just a quick little backstory of this guy. So in general, when it comes to ZBrush, this software that I use to do all my sculptures, ZBrush, I am really good at making sure that the file sizes don't bloat too much, because a ZBrush file can easily surpass 5 gigabytes if you're not careful. I am really good at making sure that my file sizes are nice and small. For example, if we look at Ledi Mahadi's final one, Ledi Mahadi being that big crazy 40 million polygon high poly model, this one is only just barely 400 megabytes, so really quite decent. The base of Cryptoclidus is 1.4 gigabytes. As much as I try to thin it, my final version is 400 megabytes, bearing in mind this guy's only 4 million polygons, whereas Ledu is 40 million with about the same file size. When I first got this model, so originally another artist had made the base model, and, not to insult their ability, but I have no idea what they've done, because this guy, his file size was massive. He kept crashing my PC, my Discord, my ZBrush. This was hell to work on. There was so much instability, so much crashing, just so much lag, and so many weird issues that none of us could figure out what was going on. And it didn't end at the sculpting phase either. This guy has been a pain for Loki to texture, for everyone to animate and rig, for Norre, Lanthanum, and of course Depps to code and put into the dev kit. And that's why, like I said earlier, there is a couple of features just not quite present within this video, but hopefully as soon as possible, such as this guy approaching you when you want to passive tame it, because he has been a little bugger. An absolute bugger. So imagine our relief that he's finally in game and you finally get to play with him. Oh, and the saddle as well, by the way. I do want to have a quick little look at the saddle, because again, me and Loki made this, and I'm really proud of the fish that you can't see because of the depth of field. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, he's just a sweet little boy. He's just an absolute baby with the most cursed backstory ever. So, why would you want to get yourself a Cryptoclidus? That is probably the big question you're wondering. What is so great about Cryptoclidus? Well, I'm just going to quickly chuck on my scuba, that way we don't have to worry about breathing because it's kind of important, but as you've just seen, you could get the Cryptoclidus really, really early if you wanted to. So, why would you get yourself the Cryptoclidus? What makes this guy so special, especially potentially in the late game? First of all, very, very speedy. Oh god, it is just lovely. Just such a happy little guy. Really speedy. Bearing in mind this is only level 22, I've barely used any stamina. So, nope. So, ignore that. Yes, so you can get this for drops, for exploration, for traveling, and the fact that it goes on land as well means that you're not limited either. You can bring this guy with you. Could I land this? Like, literally land it? Oh, perfect! So you can really take it with you wherever you want, which is always lovely. I'm sure a lot of us would appreciate, such as the Baryonyx or the Sarcosuchus, like actual, multi-terrain traversal. It's always really, really handy. They also gather silica pearls, which is something I'll explore more later in the video. Now, you may have noticed got a buff at the moment called Veiled. By default, by itself, Cryptoclidus has a sort of natural camouflage, if you will, or natural calming presence more accurately, that essentially makes it the equivalent of Gilly. So actually, since we just saw that big scary thing in the background, hi! How close can I get to you then? I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering. Hello? You can get pretty damn close. Okay, I think I've definitely aggroed it now. But as you can see, you can get pretty damn close because of his natural ghillie effect. Animation's not finished. Animation's not finished. I'm gonna get out of the water where it's safe. Whee! Or at least try to. Now, not just that. Yeah. Have fun, but... Ooh, I thought you were about to really come all the way out. Oh my god. Have fun with that. Subject to change. But like I said earlier, we may have not had a release for a while, but we have been busy. Oh, we have been busy. Okay, I'm just gonna get very, very far away from that. So, the veiled ability, what really makes this ability particularly useful is that not only does it stealth yourself, your Cryptoclidus, so that makes things like deep sea red crates a lot more accessible, or cave drops, or just whatever in general. Not only that, but it also means the Cryptoclidus will have the ability to have that as a proximity effect on all nearby tames, while consuming the veiled charge resource displayed beneath our crypto. You'll be able to toggle it on and off, and it'll have a similar appearance to that of the shoulder light pets. Now, I can't demonstrate the AoE cloaking just yet because, truth be told, the visual just isn't very good, and we want to do better. So don't you worry, but the idea is that you'll be able to cloak all nearby tames in the vicinity to the Cryptoclidus, and when tames are cloaked, any creatures that are currently aggroed to your tames will drop off aggro until, you know, provoked again, of course. But it just means that, you know, for whatever reason, say you and your friends want to explore early, say you're playing the Sunken World Editions, you just want to actually be in the deep ocean faster, or any reason whatsoever, it just means that you have more accessibility, more options, more gameplay possibilities. And that is not the only reason that you'd want to get yourself to Cryptoclidus. So, one thing I want to quickly try actually. To bear in mind, the squids themselves are entirely passive, and when attacked they will flee. They'll flee very, very quickly, so when you want your raw calamari to kibble tame a Cryptoclidus, it'll be a little bit tricky. The Cryptoclidus themselves have Morelatops AI, so by themselves they will also flee. If you attack a pod of them, then they will attack back. If I use my Cryptoclidus to fight an Obelisk Squid, hold on. It will have turn on place attacks as well, so currently, you know, I'm having to turn around. That is another thing that will be implemented very soon, is that, you know, it will be able to, like, turn on its attacks. Where would you go? There you are. Carefully go up to you, and nom. So, oh, you just instantly ate it, you cheeky bug. Well, I suppose you are hungry, it's entirely fair. Oh, I gotta say, it's so nice to be swimming around and not have everything and just freaking Nan come over and attack me. Okay, so there are more uses to the Cryptoclidus, but let's talk about the squid as well for a moment. We want to cover both of these because they both interact with each other quite nicely. They are both important. These squids were modeled, textured, and animated by Faye, programming by Norre, and the icons by Wraith and Lapis. So the squids themselves spawn pretty much everywhere. They're like coelacanthus, the fish, so you can find them everywhere. They've got their, you know, they have different size modifiers, and the bigger ones providing more resources when you know, kill and harvest them. They will be tameable with aberration fishing baskets, and they're currently not breedable, but we're debating on changing that. So yeah, but you can have your own, you know, squid farms production. So, by default, if I were to try and attack you, well, I just immediately killed it, but as you can see, just like a Tuso, oh, okay, my crypto really wanted that food. Just like a Tuso, it will produce squid ink and blind you and slow you, but the Cryptoclidus is immune to that, because Obelisk Squid is their favourite snack. They are very adapted to eating the squid. And upon killing it, I got squid oil, just like a regular Tuso, which, in the Crypto's inventory, secretions from the glands in Cryptoclidus' neck gives jellyfish immunity and can be burned like angler gel. It will produce Cryptoclidus gel. And that's what makes this guy even better for just the overall endgame. So on top of its AoE cloaking abilities, where it will soothe nearby creatures and make your tame safer, Cryptoclidus Gel can be fed to any tamed creature and will grant them 6 minutes of jellyfish immunity. So this is our solution to the appalling issue that is ocean gameplay balance. How everything constantly aggroes to you, and how everything is so just crap against jellyfish, including Moses. Why are Moses crap against jellyfish? Who knows? So that is our solution. You now have a consumable buff that again can be given to any allied tame, and they will be immune to jellyfish. How much better is that? We decided to go with that solution because it just makes all ocean tames viable and nice, instead of just making, say, Mosa alone immune, but then, or what about all the other creatures? It makes everything else crap. So yeah, no more Basilosaurus meta. Everything is viable finally. So now that we've got ourselves some raw calamari from harvesting Obelisk Squid, what I'd like to try is, I'm gonna actually go ahead and just summon in a 150 Cryptoclidus. I want to see how effective this stuff is. So if I go, oh, you are a very pretty coloration. No, come back! Like I said, they will approach you just like dolphins do. Oh, wow! Right, so calamari, raw calamari, is the mutton of the ocean. And as we just saw from that was extremely effective, my goodness. And thus with that, when you cook the calamari, is basically the cooked lamb chop alternative, if you will. The cooked lamb chop of the ocean. Oh no, I forgot. I got so excited talking about abilities. I forgot they have a cosmetic raw. Look at that little yappy guy. He's such a yapper. Oh no, I love him. I love them in general. I'm so happy they are finally in the game, both for the relief that they're done, but also because that's just such a sweet little tame. Don't get me wrong, it's great having, you know, big, crazy, exciting creatures. Like, I'm excited for Mosa. I'm excited for so much, but we are lacking. We're really lacking just small, fun creatures. And Cryptoclidus is by far one of the, you know, a proper, small, fun creature. Just look at that yappy little boy. So, as mentioned earlier, you can indeed find Aberrant Cryptoclidus in Aberration. You can find them in the Fertile Chamber and in the Blue Zone, and same with the Obelisk Squid as well. Now, doesn't that just look really beautiful? These textures were done by Spire, and I think like both her and Loki have done amazing jobs. I really love the spotted texture. I'm not the biggest fan of, like, you know, really big in your face aberrant variants, but I think this one really suits it so nicely. Take the saddle off for a second. Oh, see, how good does that look? Absolute sweetie. And yeah, like I said, you can also find the squid and other Cryptoclidus in the blue biome and in the Fertile Chamber. So look at these guys as well. Like I mentioned earlier, they got the purple eyes, and otherwise predominantly blue and purple, just color variants in general. I was wrong, they are aberrant variants, so yes, sorry. Earlier I said it was just like a different color scheme. No, they are actually aberrants. But yeah, no, how cool is that though? Absolutely beautiful. And hey, look at that eel. Not aggroing to me. How great is that? I gotta say, never thought I'd want a swimmer in Aberration. I mean, yeah, there are like some water sources in Aberration, especially in the green area. There's like that massive lake, for example, with all the spinos and coconuts. And yet, I mean, I guess, you know, just like Sarcos and Baryonyxes and Spinos, it's nice to have a ocean creature that can traverse on land. It just really opens up so many possibilities. Oh, it's a trilobite, not quite a pearl source, but I mean, that's pretty decent damage, not gonna lie. This is a 150 tame. Actually, no, 100, come to think of it, is post-tame. So yeah, this is about a level 100-ish wild. That is some decent damage. That jellyfish is having a strobe light effect there, but if I go ahead and eat that, look at that, dude. Immune to jellyfish, as it should be. I mean, if it's going to produce the, you know, the gel, it definitely should be immune itself, shouldn't it? So, some quick final notes about these guys is their breeding capabilities. Now, these are a gestation breed. While they can be on land themselves, they need to be in the water to breed, to mate, and also to have their young, but then once their young is born, you can then just have them follow onto land if you want them to. And I don't believe these guys get any, you know, negative side effects from being on land at all. Some of the creatures we have planned, such as the Mosa you saw earlier, now they will have a debuff when on land, but Cryptoclidus, they're small, they're not very heavy. So the babies and the adults, both of them, you can bring onto land whenever you want to. But like I said though, to breed them and to birth them has to be done underwater. Their timers should be the same as that of the Ichthyosaurus. What is up with the jellyfish though? What is up with this strobe effect? Ooh. It is so nice being able to swim around and I spoke too soon. I got a bit too close to that one. But I was gonna say though, like how peaceful is this? I can really traverse, I can gather, you know, biotoxin, I can get pearls and such. How great is this? Okay, I do believe that is everything. Thank you all so much for watching. Really hope that you're looking forward to this. We are all so excited to finally have this guy out, and even more excited to see what you all think about it. There was a little bit of a delay with CurseForge cooking the update, so you should expect this to be entirely available on console as well, so entirely cross-platform availability on Wednesday, September 25th, around noon Eastern time. So keep an eye out. Both Depths and myself will be announcing it on both of our Discord servers, so you will know very soon. And oh dude, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm so happy it's finally out. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll all see you guys very soon. Take care.